Okay, so today's brew is going to be pretty special. It's going to be brew in a bag, all grain, and we're going to be adding in some tea at the end of the boil. Right now I have the water warming up to about 160, 165 degrees to bring it down to 155 where I want to keep the mash. This is the grains that I had milled at the home brew store yesterday, Keg and Barrel. There's about 4.2 pounds of 2-row, 0.45 pounds of honey malt, 0.15 pounds of biscuit malt, and then we're going to be adding in a half a pound of flaked maize for that sweetness. Yep, just about at 155, exactly where I want to be. Okay, so the timer just went off. Now it is time to start sparging. So I'm going to take the grains off of the water and stick it into this strainer. See how we can do this. This is one of the perks to brew in a bag. All you have to do is lift up all the grains. We're just going to let it sit right there for a little bit and drain out. While I go get the water, I'm going to get it to 170 degrees and then I'm going to sparge, which means I'm basically going to rinse off all of these grains. I'm just going to get the hot water from the pot with the cup, scoop it over and rinse it off evenly. Alright, it looks like we're ready to boil. I took off the grains, I sparged. We are at what says 3.5 here, but it's more like 4 gallons just based on the equipment that I'm using. We're going to do a 60-minute boil. Once it's up to temperature and at a rolling boil, I will add the cluster hops addition and let it go until the 60 minutes is up. Here's the hop addition of cluster. Let me give it a little taste. I haven't used this one just yet. As you can see, it only has an alpha of 7.6%. It is definitely spicy. I was just choking on it. Typical beers for ale, lager. I'm doing this more for bitter. But since it has low alpha, it's not going to be as bitter. And I don't want this to be as bitter. Here we go. Okay, so at about 15 minutes, I went a little bit over, you want to add in your Rothlock tablet. I'm just going to add in one whole one. It should be 1 per 5 gallons, but I don't feel like splitting it. I may have a half of one in there already. This is going to clarify. It's going to take all the proteins that are in the boil right now. Once you use the wort chiller, it'll bring everything together and fall to the bottom, and then all you will be taking out is the wort. Wort is what the beer is before it's actually beer, before it's fermented. So that's what we call this. Also at the 15-minute mark, we will be adding in the wort chiller to sanitize it in the boil. Alright, time's up. It is time to shut off the gas. I am going to measure out 3 cups of Thai tea leaves. We're going to steep it. I'm going to say for about 20 minutes. And then we'll cool it off. I have these little bags that I use for hops sometimes, or filtering. And basically I'm just going to put the tea inside of here because it's very, very fine. The tea leaves won't fall through, therefore I won't have anything to clean up. So that's 2 cups. goes. Alright, let's take this bad boy into the brew. Now that we basically made a big old tea bag here, we're going to dump it in there. Now I'm going to put the lid on this, let it steep. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes while I clean out and sanitize the fermenter and put the lid on it. Alright, so we're about 11 minutes in, and I just wanted to show the color because this looks beautiful. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it is a very, very pretty orangish red. I can't wait for this one. It is going to be glorious. It smells like tea in the whole backyard now. I'm excited. Gonna let it sit for the last 8 minutes, and then we're gonna start the wort chiller. Let's see what we got. All right, it is nice and red. Okay, so a little about my wort chiller.